Homeboy.
It's live.
We live?
Hey, how are you
hi.
today?
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, thank you again for being at the Rogue Interview Show. And the TV was on, so we had to turn it off. And I don't know.
You guys are perfect.
we-
Perfectly centered.
talking about-
It's not blinking, right? Okay, so we're good.
No, we're good. She's always interrupting me. Shut the hell up now.
You were never allowed inside, and now you're inside and you're gonna growl. You're gonna
We're
be
talking to
silly?
the dogs. Let me narrate for you.
Yes,
Right.
I'm sorry. Why? They're never inside, by the way. They never. When during the interview, they go outside. But right
Hi,
now, we
Lauren.
say we're gonna be.
Lauren's
Hi, Lauren. Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
But
Anyway,
we've
she's
been-
gonna.
We've been dropping all of the videos to audio, and the most things that we hear is the dogs barking in the babackground. So if we have them inside, maybe they won't bark. So
They
much.
behave a little better. All
I
right.
might kill them. Just I'm gonna take them to the wilderness and
No,
just
Don't
do the
worry,
right
I got
thing.
you guys. I'll
they won't
protect
even know
you.
what to do.
Just do the
I'll
right
protect
thing.
you. I got protection right here.
All right. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us tonight. As always, it's 1900, but a little bit late tonight.
Plus or minus. We're retired. Who cares?
We apologize for that.
Yeah.
You'll apologize later.
However, our guest tonight is going to introduce himself.
Again, he's been
If
with
I don't
us
say it,
before.
the wife gets mad at me.
I don't get mad.
Anyway,
Oh, that's me, Mike Q. Hey, you guys. Tyler Fricky. Good to be on the Rogue Interview Show again. Always a great time with Paco. Not only am I on the show, but he's a good friend of mine. And I talked to Paco and said, hey, I want to launch this company. Still not there yet. Trying to. It takes quite a bit of work, which I think we'll kind of get into the aspects of launching a business and a little bit of entrepreneurship tonight. But I got a pretty cool, exciting item that I want to share with you guys, and I figured why not do it on the Rogue Interview Show? So
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
What am I,
that.
chopped liver? You just want to be
Oh.
Paco?
Oh,
and not with me?
damn.
wait, this is what is it? Which one is this one?
Right. The blonde
blonde
one.
It is my partner in
I always
crime.
get the blonde and the brunette mixed
Right.
up.
No, not
No,
brunette.
not brunette.
No, no brunette.
That's-
Redhead, redhead.
Redhead's just
Redhead's
fine.
fine.
Never say brunette.
No brunette.
Go ahead.
I don't
You introduce her.
Who am I?
Oh, I have to introduce you?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're-
I'm
it's a
doing
big
that.
meeting
Yeah.
for our
Yes,
show.
yes, that is true. Hey, just let me tell you tonight that we have someone in the house. It's in the background, and you probably for people who doesn't. Well, we're gonna be launching the podcast as well, so we're gonna be able to hear her beautiful voice, and that's the wife. Her name is Jamie, and she can actually introduce herself.
Well, I was just saying that it was an important.
Does she ever get on camera, or does she just stand behind there?
All
right, she gotta
no,
come
no,
around.
No, no, no,
You're not gonna get on camera. I gotta go
I don't
then.
get on camera.
That is
Because
not our
what's-
agreement.
I know, right? What's funny?
That's not what you pay me for.
What's funny is that I'm less comfortable, I guess, on camera, but more candid off camera. So that's kind of how we go. But
Right.
what'd you say? Life is
Nothing.
short.
Nothing. No. We're good. We're good.
So we are gonna talk about his business. He's launching his business today as we talk.
Yep.
And he's gonna talk about what he's gonna. He has a bunch of great ideas, and this is another one of his great ideas.
Crazy. I don't know if they're great. Crazy,
I
but I'm
think
gonna try it. And I think you
everything that
guys
is
will like it.
different
I
is
feel
great.
like you are always trying to think of something bigger
Evolving.
and better. Like you have that
Yeah.
brain. Like that's your mentality of what you can fix or what you can do or what's going to be.
Someone told me the other day, like, you're kind of like an inventor, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'd take it that far. They're like, no, seriously, like the things that you think of. So I took that as a compliment, and
Sure.
I try and think of stuff that, hey, it's either completely different or how could we improve that.
Absolutely.
And so, with further ado, we shall introduce it.
There you go.
All right, so you guys, this is
Yay.
the bottle charger. So what the bottle charger is, it's really just it's a mil-spec item. It actually go on any kind of AR-15 platform, but it's also a novelty item. I see a lot of groomsmen.
So I can put on a 308.
Well, 308,
10.
The AR-10, the charging handle is a little different depending on what you have. So it's going to be AR-15, so 5.56, 6.8, 223, all that stuff, 22. It does work for the 9mm, which I have brought mine. And this one's actually really cool. I'll do a close-up here in a second.
And it's not loaded.
It's not loaded. I'm definitely not advocating drinking and shooting.
Correct. Right.
even though we're drinking. You can still use this to open your morning cold brew coffee or your Coca-Cola at
Just for
lunch.
show.
Yeah, just for show, really. But this one's kind of cool, and it gives you a really good offset of it. This is going to be my St. Patty's Day version, and this is going to be kind of the first one that I launch. I tried to do some Valentine's Day one and get them out. I had some pink ones and some red ones, and unfortunately I only got the pink one, which it's not here. It's actually getting engraved, so I can throw it on the website. But what it is, the charging handle. So most of you guys in the military, and I think the things that I kind of mostly think about when it comes to business are just my past and my experience, and that's being 15 years in the service, getting medically retired. And, it was really bad. My old neighbor used to be at FFL, now he's at FSOT, and I'd walk over there with like a lower, and for you guys that are watching know what it is, it's just this little piece. And then I'd come back with a whole gun and be like, well, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to get like a trigger put in there. And so one of the biggest things I think for anybody in the military, it's an investment for us to practice shooting our weapons, because this is what we use, and you train to fight, and not only that, it's a passion of mine. I enjoy shooting and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, life's been kind of crazy, and I haven't gotten out as much as I'd like to. But
It's life.
that's life, exactly, especially entrepreneurship life.
And fathers.
And everything else. And so this is it. It's charging handle. Basically brings the bolt back, chambers around, and this is the piece that you're looking at, the piece that I pulled. What I wanted to do when I designed this piece was I wanted to make this piece so that it was functional. Excuse me here. So if I were to carry this piece, I don't want it to catch. So I can slide it up and down and it's not going to catch. I wanted this to go out to where a guy's going to go to the range and he's going to put, I don't know, a couple thousand rounds down range that day, and he's going to go back, he's going to take his gun apart, he's going to clean it, and when everyone cleans a gun, except for when you're in the military, unless you sneak it in there, crack open a beer with it. And so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a different take on it. I know a lot of guys, especially that are running bigger optics. I'll put it on my leg. I know it's not loaded, even though I'm not smart. Running bigger optics, if you want to do an aftermarket latch, it's good to have that, especially if the optic's sticking out. It's easy to catch. You don't have
What's
to
an
worry about-
optic?
So an optic. This is a red dot, so this would be a smaller type optic. Optic
A
is
scope?
basic scope.
Okay.
Sorry, optic.
No,
Sorry. Yeah.
I
Break
just
it down.
don't know anything
Yeah.
about weapons. I'm
Yeah.
learning as I go.
Nothing. No military experience before. So this is the scope / optic. And on the longer rifle, I brought this one just because it's easier to travel with. I have a 6.8. It's a lot longer, and I have a rather large optic or scope, if you will, on it that hangs out to the side.
Yes,
points
I've seen
to you.
this.
So instead of catching the optic or scope, it's easy for us to get back and if we have a weapons malfunction or to chamber it. And so what else I want to do with that was not only just make a bottle opener out of a piece of the weapon. What I wanted to do is not scratch your bar.
It's okay. I told you already. It's okay.
It's rustic.
It's rustic.
It's rustic.
Don't make it better.
What I wanted to do, and it's kind of hard to see this one, the camera's a little bit far away. I wanted this to be like a novelty gift, and I'm definitely not bashing people's groomsmen gifts or retirement gifts. It's just the gun community and stuff like that. We for lack of better terms, we nerd out on this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see right here, like I said, it's kind of far away. This will be fully engravable. I'm working with my laser engraver. We're trying to go over the entire ledge, so it'll be a lot bigger. You'll be able to engrave right here in this pocket, if you will. There will be a minimum order purchase, but really just a something that people in the military, since Vietnam, if you shot an M16, you know what this is. If you've been in the Army, the Navy, Air Force, what are those other guys called? The guys on the
Coast
boat?
Guard?
Yeah, those guys. Sorry if there's any Coasties watching.
I don't know. Somebody just hit a love button, so I don't know who it was.
Those people, just kidding. They know what this weapon is. If you were a police officer, chances are you're familiar with this. If you're SWAT, you definitely are familiar with it. And so something that people can recognize, I think that's a little bit more personal to them. And there's other
Nostalgic too.
correct, yeah, exactly.
Very nostalgic. There's plenty of people that if they know it and it's something that bonds you guys together, it's definitely something that enough people are gonna want.
Yeah.
Well, if you know it and you want it, clap your hands. Oh, I'm sorry. I just
Right.
went off the
Here
subject.
I
I went off
trying to
the
be
subject.
This is exactly what happened last week. Sidebar, really quick, for to tell a funny story. So
I'm
last
sorry.
week we went to Michelle Obama. Did you hear the story?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I know I just have a
love her
cough.
as a person.
I have a
love her as
cough,
a
that's
person.
it, it's
We
hot in
went-
here.
We went and saw Michelle Obama, and so and I
No
picked-
politics.
It's not about politics, okay? Listen. So
Listen,
I bought the
Linda, listen.
Yeah, listen. I agree with you. No politics on this show. But I bought the meet and greet tickets, and we got there early, so we were like fourth in line. And so when we went in to meet her, I was super unexpected to see her, and I figured she'd just be like standing next to us, take a picture, and you get shuffled out. But she legitimately wanted to talk to us and
That's
wanted
cool.
and give us hugs and ask
Yeah.
me who I was and why I was there and all this stuff. And then so I was kind of starstruck, right, when I went out. And as soon as we walked out the door,
No.
nobody else was out there yet because we were so early in line and Channel 12 News was out there. And so they said, hey, can we talk to you? And they asked me a bunch of questions. I was super fucking articulate. Like, I was, like, on point. I was saying all these things that were smart. And I was
They were
so
like,
excited
"Let's
about
hire
all this
that
stuff. Right, no, and then they said, and they go, and then I went to hug her, and she hugged me genuinely, and so then I kind of like lost everything, and I said, and then he asked him, he's like, did you hug her? And he goes, I was kind of scared to hug her because I didn't want fucking President Obama. No, he didn't say fucking. He said President Obama to kick my ass.
Yeah. I said I didn't know what to do if I go
I
sideways.
got $20
But,
on you.
so
I'm just
right,
saying.
but
If I go like this.
5 seconds. That was all he said. 5 seconds. The rest of the 45 minutes or 45 seconds to a minute was all me saying all the smart stuff. What was on the news?
Him.
Bleeped. And
Look
we
at
went
him.
like this. And we
Look
went,
at
You're
That was
laughing
it?
at about.
He's so handsome.
right? That was it.
No, the
So he
funny
always comes
part-
in with the one-liners. We're sitting here having
That's
an
so-
articulate conversation, and he goes, then he says something funny, and then everybody laughs. You know, yay.
Anyway,
It's a
this is a
smile.
long
Yeah,
story.
smile.
That's a long story
To
to
say exact-
introducing the next product.
Oh, yeah. The
Oh.
bottle charger.
There you go.
No, it's a good story. It's
But
a good
right?
story.
Like,
you can only
you
talk
got,
so
like-
much about a damn
how
novelty
do you,
gift.
how do you use it? Like can you open that bottle if you want to
You
open
can.
it?
So here, we watching? Everyone
Do
watching?
you want to come closer?
Okay,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Maybe
Let's
follow
do-
along, dude.
let's do
Nobody's
this
gonna
one.
follow you.
Well, I was gonna go live because she doesn't like to show her face. You know, get.
Oh,
There's
you're
one right
breaking
there.
shit around already.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna
that's-
talk this way because I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah. No, they can hear me. They can hear you.
Oh, I don't know what to do with my hands. So
You're
basically,
good. You're super right.
charging
inside.
handle goes in the AR-15. Put it on there.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
that.
This is a
Bravo!
twist tops. It'll do that. Pop top comes right off.
Nice.
And cheers. There you go. And like I said, I'm not advocating drinking in the bottle charger.
And
Just-
Corona is not what is it? A sponsor, but we love them anyway.
Yes, that too.
You said the C. You said the C word. Well,
That's okay.
that's what I turned this motherfucker.
So yeah, that's it. And then some of the things that we're working on. Really, the biggest thing is the customization. So, and I just dropped off a whole bunch of charging handles to show kind of what we can do with it as far as like, hey, we want to put a logo in the pocket, like I said. You want to say to your groomsman, best man, or whatever it is. It's a little bit more meaningful. And you know, if I walked into someone's house, or if Paco walked into someone's house, someone that has experience around these weapons, like I said, Vietnam era guys, police officers, whoever. If I were to walk in here and see that on the bar, I'd be like, is that a damn charging handle? Because
Yes.
this guy and this guy have hundreds of hours touching this thing and cleaning all the parts that surround it.
Cleaning it.
Cleaning it. Yes,
Cleaning it.
cleaning it.
And you're like,
Yeah, I was a
son of
warrant officer, so I'd
bitch.
be like, hey, you're going to have to do something with that. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I love
Sir.
the shit, so.
Can you
Sir.
help me out with that, sir?
So this is, a pretty straightforward business plan. I'll tell you right now. This is patented, and we're currently working on, well, the other one's patented too. We're working on an ambidextrous model, and the ambidextrous for left-hand shooters, they want to get on either side. The cool thing about that one is that if you do 3-gun or anything like that, where you understand where your weapon's at and you have good weapon situational awareness, and you want to put your weapon on either side, you could put the bottle opener on the side that's out. And so that way, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it could get caught on something, but I really did think about the design, because at first I had this thing flipped over, but when you think about your transition, throwing your rifle to your sidearm, it'll get caught on a belt or get caught on something. So there really was some thought and design
Depends
into
how
it.
you carry it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I took this to the range, sat there, transitioned, shot, did all kinds of stuff. And so the ambidextrous one will be nice because you'll be able to put it on either side. And then we have something else that we're working on. It's in the works. Shh, can't tell you guys. That'll be for another podcast,
Another
which is on iTunes, by the way.
I was gonna say
Oh, I thought, didn't you already say it? Did I spill the beans?
beans?
Beat you.
But I didn't say. I didn't.
Spotify.
Spoiler alert.
Spotify.
You're on
and-
Spotify?
Yes.
Spotify, dude.
That's big news. That's
Yeah.
big. That's
I
big
know when they
things.
sent us the email today, and I
Yeah.
posted it. It was.
It's
We only
huge.
put the first one out there on Anchor, and then when iTunes picked it up, it was like
That's cool.
that's
Like, and you know, for me, and I think, you know, Paco can relate to this. When it comes to entrepreneurship, a lot of us, at least for me, and I think this, we've already shared tons of videos of, hey, listen to what this person has to say. Hey, listen to what Ed Milet has to say. Hey, listen to what's his name? I can't ever say his last name. Starts with a
Goggins?
B. No,
oh Bellew.
Yeah,
Tom
Bellew. Tom Bellew. Andy, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Priscilla, the
Priscilla,
MFC
Motherfucker.
CEO. But they'll have great points. This shirt, Danny Dixon.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that these
Yeah,
guys,
good point.
they all have good points. And, you know, I think all those guys at some point have said, hey, take what you want and don't take what you want.
Yep.
And if it works for your business, it does and it doesn't. And, you know, for me as an entrepreneur, I think that it's funny because I'm not kidding you. I went to this Supercross party, and this kid was 12 years old, and he was a DJ. And I'm like, man, how long have you been doing this? He's like, actually, I've been doing it for 3 years. And I'd heard this, I want to say it was from Ed Milet. I heard this talk about your entrepreneur age. And it's like, man, this kid, his entrepreneurial age he's 3 years older than I am because he's been doing it a lot longer than me. And I'm just barely figuring this thing out. And the kid's fun. Like, he's awesome. He called me up and he was like, hey, I was just curious, you know, if you wanted me to throw down on any parties, you know. He's like making funny noises on. I'm like, man, this kid, like, he's got it
He's
down.
already selling it.
He's hustling.
And-
He's 12 years old.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks.
And that's the biggest
a couple
thing.
of months ago, she was what, 19 or 20, the Miss Arizona.
Yes, 19.
She has 3 businesses going where
Yeah.
she's doing
Another
videos
film.
for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's going to school full time, and
Yeah.
came on our show and talked about everything and has so much to say, and so she's just selling herself. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yes.
I've got this. You guys can. This is my website. You want me to take pictures at your wedding? You want me to do videography over
Yeah.
here? I'll
Yeah.
make your music videos over here. Like, she had so much to say too.
And I think a lot of people have this misnomer that it's like, oh, you're an entrepreneur. You can wake up and get on your computer at 9 o'clock in the morning and eat
No, you
Cheerios
don't.
and bonbons. It's
Shit.
like, am I going to tell you that those days they never happen? Yeah, some days they do. But I could tell you that I'm going to pay for it later on in the day, and that means at midnight I'm at my shop welding something or I'm
Absolutely.
doing something. So there's always a give and take in it. And I worked what I would consider a 9 to 5, probably a little bit more, being in the military. But when you transition over to entrepreneurship, it's you. There's no. You don't have a boss saying, "Hey, I know you got shit faced last night." Excuse my language, but
I just said the F word like a little bit.
but there's no boss calling you and saying, "Hey,
Get on
where
it."
are you? I need
Yeah.
I need some leave from you. I need annual leave or sick leave or whatever the case may be." You're losing money, and so I'm a big fan of work hard, play hard, and so that's kind of the philosophy
Well,
that
and
I.
That's a military
I
Yeah.
said. Like,
Yeah.
it was like 2 weeks ago. Because I'm going to school and we're working and we're doing all this stuff too. And so there was, I don't know if it was like a Monday or Tuesday, he got me sucked into some stupid TV show on Netflix. And so I took a picture of it and I'm like, we're going to pay for this later. But we were literally sitting down on a Tuesday night just watching TV.
But I'm doing shit at the same time that
right,
I'm
absolutely.
doing.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is,
I'm doing shit.
We still allocate those hours. That
It was
we're sitting
more like
down somewhere
family
else.
time because we had the kids watching it as well.
Well, and I did put that.
And that's
Like,
the only
just
reason
to
we-
justify that. I
But
said we're all sitting together, but FYI, don't think that this is easy. For
No,
us. We're
this
gonna pay
shit
for
is
this later.
it's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
It's not. You have to. I don't sit down and watch TV, dude. I can't.
Oh, I don't.
That shit is in the
Yeah.
background.
I have
and
TV
I'm doing
and
shit.
it's for my 2 boys.
No,
That's it.
and I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
I don't sit there and watch it and walk to the kitchen and look at the TV and come back like my kids do.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
do that. I just doing my own shit, dude. And the noise. It's in the background.
Yeah.
That's
You focus. You
yeah.
have to be focused.
Yeah,
You have
and,
to be
and it's just
committed.
there. I'm like,
Yeah.
because I need funny, but I need noise in the background.
I'm the
For me to
same way.
work.
So I don't watch
I
TV.
need
Yeah.
to- I need to.
But what I do, I get home and I Bluetooth my stereo, and
Yep.
I'm fortunate. The house that I rent has Bluetooth all throughout the house, and so I Bluetooth to that thing, And that's my background noise. Because if I end up putting on the TV, then I'll do this or
Oh, you
what
do?
was that? Yeah,
I don't. See,
But I do need the
don't do
background noise. I do need the background noise.
If I don't have, like, even if I'm at work, I have something, headphones on or whatever,
Yeah.
even if I'm doing something, paying something, because otherwise I'm paying attention to what's going on around me, and I
Yeah.
can't do that. So the
Yeah.
outside noise.
There's medicine
music,
for that shit, by the way. It's called
Adderall.
Ritalin or whatever.
Xanax.
Ritalin.
Not Ritalin, no, crack me out.
So anyway, so this is trademark, registered, ready to go.
It is
Not ready to
patented.
go?
We're not trademarked.
Oh, okay.
Our name's not trademarked, so I don't anybody get any ideas and steal it. We're gonna do that now. Did you tell them that? I'm just
Right?
kidding.
Like, don't
No, you
jump
just
on
said
shit.
yes.
Yeah, no, so it's
Yes.
patented. And so kind of just tell you the prices here. So if you were just to order, let's say, a charging handle with the colors that we offer, and I got a company right now that's actually helped me. I built my website with previous business that I owned before, and they worked great and stuff like that. But one of the things, anybody that's watching that's getting ready to take over your website, you do and I'm not trying to talk crap about any of these websites or anything like that, or definitely not a sponsor of them. You do a GoDaddy or a Wix or anything like that, you don't actually own that website. It's powered by that organization. And so one of the things for me is that, and this is the learning process too, with owning a couple businesses. And hey, unfortunately, some haven't done that great. And I was in a fortunate spot where I had some extra cash to try it. And I took a hit, but this is the path that I want to go down, and this is what I want to try. It's a big commitment. But sorry, getting off on a tangent. Back to the website. So I actually have hired a company to kind of help me get it going, build it, and do it so it looks a lot more professional. That way when you guys show up on the website, it's very easy, you can see, hey, this is what I want. So we're going to offer the charging handle with the latch for $35.99. And if anybody that follows me on there that's on my Facebook, I think I wrote $34.99. That's because insurance got involved. If there's any insurance people, I'm watching you. Just kidding.
Do not know that's what I do for a fucking living. Oh my god.
I didn't know she did insurance. I really gotta go.
Right?
Just kidding.
Michelle
No,
Obama. and
no,
then-
I got in the wrong industry. I should have been either healthcare or insurance. No, so I just have to.
Healthcare insurance.
Oh goodness gracious!
I would just.
She's a
shush.
double threat.
Yeah.
Insert foot. No, I'm just kidding. So it only went up to $35.99. But if you look at and I actually brought some examples. This is just your standard run of the mill. It's going to come with any basic AR-15 in the military. It's got this little latch, and kind of what I was talking about before. What makes ours different is if I'm running this one on a weapon system versus this one, if I have an optic that's sticking out, I have to get in there and try and get this. This makes it a lot easier for me to grab it, and of course, it opens up a beer. Which come on now.
No, actually do make sense for all the shooters. When you have something like this, dude,
Yeah,
it's way
exactly.
better.
And a lot of
Way
people,
better. It's like an extension.
correct.
When you have a
Aurelia
small gun,
says you should make it foldable so it fits in your pocket. You can take it on the go.
That would so.
That's our
it's funny-
daughter.
No, it's funny you say that because a lot of people are like you should do one that's cut down or do one that actually mimics it, but it's a little bit smaller. So we have thought about that. There may be something.
That's a good
coming out in the
idea.
future.
we,
Good idea.
that's my daughter.
I'm hiring.
that I
No, I'm
use
just
to-
kidding.
She's our entrepreneur. She's the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Crazy ideas.
And so if you want to buy just the charging handle and the latch, and if you look online, any of the good latches go for just the latch only is $25, depending on what you get. $25. Some are really high end, $45. Just the charging handle, anywhere from 16 plus shipping up to, for the stock one, up to about 25. So, essentially this is an aftermarket one or an upgraded one, if you will, that has the better latch, a bottle opener. So this is going to be $35.99. You can buy the latch by yourself or solo. Like let's say you are savvy with guns, you have a 1/16 punch, you want to punch us out and put your own latch in there. You can buy it. We're going to offer a couple different colors. The white's kind of cool. It just offsets it. We're going to have FDE,
Pink one.
black, pink one for the girls, purple,
Well, I
red,
like pink.
blue. Hey,
Why you
man.
have to say girls?
Hey.
He has a
Real
pink, he has a
man.
pink gun.
I have a full AR-15 that's pink, all right? Real men shoot pink guns. Don't hate.
Nah.
Sorry I didn't bring that one. It's at the engraver. But, then so we're going to also offer, like on this one, some engraving. And that's where you can get, best man or whatever you want to get, a groomsman
That's a
gift
good
or congratulations on. I have one that I'm doing for a friend. He just got promoted to lieutenant colonel, which that's insane because I remember
Right?
when he was like a E3 or E4, and yeah. I'm old.
That's
I don't
weird.
look old. I mean,
That's
I
weird.
look amazing, of course.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! And now you all see
You're like-
like
you're
your
like-
friends.
You're like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Shit! I just ripped my jacket. No, I'm just kidding.
They are not Hulk.
Well,
So,
we're talking about the, whole,
I'm gonna-
the gun show here.
I'm doing one that says, "Congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel." We call him Birdman, not for good reasons. He hit about 12 birds in Iraq. Woods is his last name, so you'll be able to make this customized. Like I said, right now we're trying to do an over because it's kind of hard to tell from there, but there's actually 3 different angles on the top. So I'm trying to do.
Microphone isn't the camera.
Can't
You're
see.
doing that
I'm sorry. I don't know what to do with my hands. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you, hey, microphone, do you see this?
Did you see this?
You both did it. I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna throw this at you.
You should do like a split screen and put like a little camera right here, so that way when it's like,
yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
hey, what do you
When
know?
we expand.
Yeah, so that, and then we'll have some like awesome little gifts. This is just kind of what I brought over for right now. I'm looking for a company that produces these and also will do some laser engraving. It's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna use yours because it has the logo on it. This will actually hold a beer in there
Well, the
or
beer's
a
in it.
Coca-Cola. You can't. I don't want it to fall, but yeah. So you sneak a beer in there, it keeps it nice and cool.
Or a Fanta.
Or a Fanta. What else we got? This is the bottle captain. I got to show you this guy. He's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
The bottle
The
captain.
bottle captain.
This way a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
So that's the bottle captain. He's pretty cool. Little army dude. First couple people that order these, they may see one of these in their order.
Nice.
What else? If you just if you're like I said, you're dead set.
So you were in the army. What do you do in the army?
What did
for
I
people
do?
who doesn't know, like you're talking about the army and all
Oh,
this
sorry.
stuff.
So I was a warrant
You're a
officer.
veteran and all this.
I was
shit.
a warrant officer, and I just basically yelled at people all day, and people took my opinions as facts. And I mean, that was pretty much. I'm totally just kidding. If you've ever
That's
seen the meme,
amazing.
if you've ever seen the meme, you'll get it.
That's amazing.
No, I actually. So I'll tell you, I was enlisted. I started out as a Black Hawk mechanic, and then after that, I got sick and tired. Well, sorry, Black Hawk mechanic, and then turned
Is that
crew chief.
aviation mechanics?
Aviation, Black Hawk helicopter.
Just-
Yeah. Sorry, I got to break it down. I'm talking to an army guy, so I'll pretend like I'm talking to someone that's not familiar. Got sick and tired of being a crew chief and sitting in the back of the helicopter. And in 2006, I went to warrant officer school, followed by flight school.
Okay.
I got out of flight school about 2008, came home, learned how to fly with my unit, and then I went to Iraq in 2009. Came back in 2010, was a test pilot, just naturally progression because of my background. And then after that, I had a great predecessor that I followed, and a great mentor, and he was just awesome. I had a couple great mentors. Ken Twig, he's probably not watching, but good buddy of mine. He kind of taught me the ropes and transitioned into just going into a standard test pilot into his position as I kind of ran both jobs, production control officer, which in charge of all maintenance as well as battalion aviation maintenance officer. And then another guy kind of showed up. His name's Rich Ruve, another good friend of mine. He took over as the battalion aviation maintenance officer, good team. And after that, they said, hey, we want you to teach the test pilots kind of how to be test pilots. So the plan was I go to instructor pilot course, which I completed, and then I would be...
Where was that?
The instructor pilot course was done, facilitated by the National Guard right here in Marana. So about an hour and a half away.
Yeah, where our friend is.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible out there. There's nothing out there except for cotton. That's it.
Don't touch shit. My LTC.
He's higher now, right?
He's major.
Yeah.
He's Major
Morelos.
Morales.
You know him?
He's
a really
lieutenant
good guy.
colonel now.
Yeah.
Most-
no,
yeah,
he's higher than
LTC.
that now.
Yeah,
Is he
lieutenant colonel.
retired?
No, he's a lieutenant colonel. I think he was Apache guy.
Yeah, Apache
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. No, he's a
So
good dude.
short, with Mexican.
Yeah.
Always smiling.
He's my boy.
Wait,
dude.
there's tall Mexicans?
He's my boy.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Not really. Unless they're half Mexican, then that's when they get their height.
Sorry, that was inappropriate.
That's
It's not
what you do.
inappropriate in a Mexican home, it's fine.
Yeah, so after that I was a instructor pilot, and then my goal was to move forward with I just kind of want to expand my horizon in aviation. I tried to go to the fixed wing, which It's kind of sad because I had a
You
course.
boys, pause, are screwing those things right in front of the microphone.
What are we supposed to do it right in front of the camera?
I
Or
don't-
is it loud?
I'm just telling you.
Okay, this is
over here grinding
how they
pepper.
are, you guys. I'm gonna demo.
Grinding pepper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna demo this. Pull the bitch out. Put a new one in.
That's what she said.
Push it hard and gentle.
No, that's what she said.
That too. And then you screw it.
Screw it.
I'm demoing the whole thing, you guys. And
Go pop it. Pop them
Wait, you gotta
bottles.
get closer.
coño.
Do it better than I did because I just broke the seal. It's kind of hard. You got to have it on the ground, but
True story.
you guys get the point. There you go.
Good job.
Why are you shaking?
Because
You
it's
know,
his right hand.
Need
He's
to work
left-handed.
out. I'm just kidding.
It's his right hand. He's left-handed.
I can't find the hole.
Ah, that's what she
That's the problem my whole life. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Look at you. Bravo.
Yay. So that's how this thing works.
That's
And
how
it's
it
worth
works.
it.
Yeah.
Because it keeps your beer really cold for us beer drinkers.
Yep.
So anyway, so he explained all this shit in about 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He's been doing this for a long time.
Shooting guns for a
He's
while.
Been in the military. He shot a lot of guns. He knows about safety, so there was no safety violations here
Nope. No bullets.
whatsoever. What else? What else?
Yeah, that's about it when it comes to the bottle charger. As far as the entrepreneurship.
So why do you put bottle charger? What was the reason? Because
Yeah,
someone
so-
asked me.
Someone did ask that.
Someone
I
asked me.
responded. If you're paying attention, I responded.
He
So,
won't pay attention.
That's
You don't-
funny.
Oh my.
You don't
He's
watch
like,
the.
"No, I'm not
you don't
watching
watch
that."
the show.
so this is called a charging handle, and we want a bottle opener. And I didn't want to get into any kind of. There's a somewhat similar company that I don't want to have anything similar to, but bottle charger for me just kind of made sense, being that I'm talking about a charging handle and
Yeah.
a bottle opener. And I actually went through a couple names like tactical T handle, and everyone knows what a charging handle is.
Yeah.
At least everyone that's handled M16 or M4. And so I wanted to at least have that in there. But bottle charger out of, and that's what you do as an
I like
entrepreneur.
it. Bottle,
yeah,
I
bottle
like
charger.
It. I do like it.
And so it's got to be something that, represents the product or at least somewhat describes it. But yeah, a lot of people, what's a bottle charger? Or
Well,
I guess there is.
anybody today
Yeah.
younger than 21, a charger is for their phone.
Well, that's when you say that because there's a bottle charger and it's some kind of weird contraption where you have a water bottle that charges your phone.
Right.
So I
Anything
looked up
that
and I'm like,
charges
what the hell
any
is this?
electrical-
Yeah, it's a
just
charger.
Irritating. Oh my god, my phone's gonna
Oh my
die.
God! It's
Oh
gonna
my
die! Let me get the bottle charger.
Yeah,
oh my
seriously.
God!
Well,
Oh my
I won't
God.
talk too much shit because our luggage charges our phones. But at the same time,
Oh my gosh.
She will buy anything that charges phones, dude.
well,
I
when
mean,
you're
you have
traveling-
to.
When you're traveling, that's a different story.
Well, and even and you'll attest to this, owning your own business or being an entrepreneur, no offense to any teenage girls watching, but from the social media aspect, if you're not on social media day in and day out, and if you're not posting something or keeping people's attention, you're just not going to be successful in that business. I mean, you legitimately have to stay on that thing, and literally, I have to plan to dedicate a few hours
You have
to
to.
social media because you have to.
I do that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
every
we're
day.
doing it right now. We're live on Facebook, and I get that. That's just the way that business evolves. And if you don't evolve with business will evolve without you.
And it's true. It will.
Yeah.
You have to evolve
Yeah.
as you go. Sometimes I post random shit.
Yeah,
Then I was like, oh, I got so many likes. Oh, people's watching.
correct.
People's
Yeah.
looking at what's going on, and they're doing it every day.
Correct.
And now they're relying on you to say, okay, he has good stuff.
Exactly. And they want to say, well, what's coming next from him?
Yeah.
Or what's he going to do next?
And you follow as well.
Yeah.
You follow them, and it's about help. That's another thing that I was going to talk about. It's about helping each other.
Correct.
It's
Absolutely.
about, hey,
Yeah.
we freaking hold arms, and we're
Link
gonna
arms.
lock them, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna make it happen. It's just how we roll. That's the way that we're gonna help each other by supporting each other,
Yeah.
supporting each other's business, supporting I call it dreams, goals, whatever
Yeah.
it is. But it's just about doing it. And I just met this group of ladies that I interviewed about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you interviewed back to back. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna have the extravaganza.
Sisterhood extravaganza. That's what I was gonna say when you were
Oh
talking
my
earlier about
God.
all these men and all
Just
this
say,
stuff
oh
and how
my
Well,
God.
I'm
He's
gonna
in.
tell-
He is in.
he's in.
No, I'm telling you.
You, I was
These
gonna say something
ladies
earlier.
are amazing, dude.
Are
They
they?
are so. I never seen a group of guys helping each other like this.
Well,
Ladies
what
do.
they're trying to do.
These ladies are like
Women-
this, like
That's
the military,
Well,
you know.
women are worse when it comes
God.
to support. Like
Yeah.
Guys are dicks
fight
to
against-
each other.
I'll t-
No, I would say women
I
are
wouldn't say
worse.
that.
No,
I'll tell you.
hell no.
So one of the other business I own was a bike trailer manufacturing company, and it's unfortunately there's some events going on outside of my personal life that are affecting that. But I messaged. I went to a SoCal Bike Show, the first one out in California. And when I say I went to the SoCal Bike Show, for anybody who builds custom beach cruisers, these dudes on the West Coast, like these are the guys that
Oh,
build
these guys know
the
how to
bikes.
do this
Yeah,
shit,
like
yeah.
like my orange bike. They're building stuff like that. And so I went to this show. No one had ever met me. Don't know who I am. Who's this guy? Who they all call me Cruiser because the name of the company was Cruiser Carts. And hey, what's up, Cruiser? And that community, I'll give them kudos. The custom beach cruiser bike community, I felt like it was the same. You had the same tight knit respect and love for each other as we did in the military. And I hear people like bag on them because they do wear cuts and stuff like that. And who cares, man? Like they're having a good time. They're not bothering you.
No.
And it doesn't matter. Like they're riding their bike. But the funny thing is, everybody that goes by and looks at their bikes, like, oh, they're all pointing. Look at that bike, and it's not something that's super inexpensive, and it's something that's fun. I mean, you guys know, you guys laughed your butt off going and riding bikes.
I don't
We have
know.
video.
I
We
don't
have
know.
video.
We got video. But that is one community that I would say the custom beach cruiser bike community has been. It does kind of display that, hey, that same bonded or
Right.
same relationship that we had in the military.
Well, and that's what the ladies that we interviewed back to back, they want to promote.
I didn't say
women.
names just because I don't want to call them out.
No,
They
Pat's watching. Pat Gillen's
Oh,
watching.
Pat
She's-
is?
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
I
the
just
one-
Just got called out, Pat.
I just
I
did
know,
it.
right?
That
She's-
just
Miss
happened.
Pat.
Just kidding.
Miss
She's the
Monica
one that's-
Williams just got
right,
called.
And Monica Williams. But
I gotta take my
they
coat off.
are trying to cultivate.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
Muscles are coming
No,
out.
Right?
no, no,
Oh,
no.
muscles are coming
No.
out.
I just trying to keep up with you.
The
Right?
Hulk.
They
No,
want to
just the
cultivate women supporting women
Each other.
because so many times it's like that isn't the necessarily that's not the environment that women within even entrepreneurship or corporate America or even within PTA.
Yeah.
They're women technically are more, whether you believe it or not, whether because you just said it, are more competitive because you're always trying to be the best mom, the best
Oh, yeah.
wife, the best whatever.
Is it a competitive or jealousy?
I
I
think
think
it
it's-
all cultivates itself.
Because guys are dicks to each other just because they're dicks.
Yeah.
Guys are. They're just dicks. They're like guys
Well,
are like they won't
I
support
think-
you because
I-
you're a guy.
I think
but
that
if I
guys
had
will be more
if I had a
will be
rack,
happy with their
they'll be supporting me the whole time.
Oh,
Are you
But
yeah.
I
guys-
feel like guys will be happy in their own life as long as they're happy. Women are always looking out and saying, that mom does better for her kids and I feel like I'm less than. I
Yeah,
feel
they're
like
not
women
looking
are
out.
more
They're
com-
comparing. They compare.
we compare way more.
Which-
And
But,
so,
but it's not being competitive.
Well,
it's
but-
more being jealous.
well, I don't think jealousy is not the right word to use for that. It's not being jealous because you're not jealous that you want their life. You just wish that you were capable of that. That's not jealousy. There's another word for it, whatever. But so what these women are doing is they're doing these empowerment seminars of trying to have women come together
Yeah.
and work together and bridge the gap because there's a big gap between white women and racial, any race, whether it's Mexican, black, whatever. So it's like,
I think that's what I mean. At least from the military's perspective, there's not. I mean, I've served with any and every race that you can
Yep.
think of, and
true. I think that's where military
yeah.
gets it right.
and
it's rank.
no matter where you came from, you may be, for lack of better terms, nut to butt with someone that you were raised
Right.
to not like. Yeah. And guess what?
You have
that
to
dude
trust
in
them.
front of you or that dude behind you has got your back.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
if you're gonna sit here and put your what you're raised on and your personal beliefs aside,
Beliefs.
then you're now not only risking yourself, you're risking everybody that's in that lineup getting ready to
Let's
go through a
team,
door.
let's go
whatever.
team.
Well,
And
I
that's
think-
what I
exactly,
tell people.
yeah.
The only reason or the only way that you trust someone is when they go.
Yeah, exactly.
without-
Well, but
and
both
you have
these women are
missions.
military women, right?
Huh?
They're both military.
Oh shit!
women.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she
That's
was
the
in the military. She was in the
difference,
army.
too. They're both,
Yeah.
and
She was
so
in the
it's
army.
like, I think they're trying to
Pat was in
incorporate
the army.
that
Teamwork.
teamwork into people
camaraderie.
that may not be military lifestyle, or whatever.
And
but-
that is so hard to teach though, because they won't understand until you're there,
Yeah.
or until shit happens.
True.
Because when you're a civilian, if you don't like something, you're like, oh, I don't like it, I'm gone.
Yeah,
In the military, you don't have the luxury.
yeah.
You say, hey, you don't like something? Well, guess what, bitch? Suck it up.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
It is true,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like it? Okay, go rake the fucking rocks.
Yeah,
Put them in a pile. Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? Now go and put them back again. And I was like, really?
yeah,
I did so many shit when I was a private that I had to wax the floor of the general and then re-wax it and strip it and wax it and
Yeah.
5 times, dude.
yeah,
And I was like, fuck. And with a sponge. With a sponge.
Yeah.
And people was like, dude, you have no fucking idea how hard it's. That's humbling.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
People,
yeah.
it's humbling. Really?
Forearms.
It's
Come back,
humbling.
you son of a! I'm just
And you
kidding.
know what? You know what I loved? I spent like fucking the whole shift, like 12 hours. When the general came out and looked at the floor, and he's like, "Oh my god, is this a mirror?"
Is this
I was
a
like-
stepping stone?
Dumb bitches.
Yeah,
That's how they. And it gives me goosebumps just because it was a job well done. Because I say, hey, we're not gonna take shortcuts.
yeah,
There's no shortcuts anywhere.
They
you
didn't
go.
say
No,
job
there's
well
not.
done. He just said, "Is this a mirror?"
yeah,
Yeah, he's like, wow. He thought it was wet and shit.
yeah.
Because I'm a wetback, but that was another story.
I know.
That was another. I'll just slide backwards like this. No, but it's
2 steps
it's,
forward.
It's a pride. It's a
Yeah.
thing. If you're gonna, even if you have the shittiest job, dude,
Yeah.
do it right because you're proud of it.
Well, that's
You have a
that's what
pride.
they do is they break you down and teach you, have some pride, build you back up. Like, hey, have a sense of pride, do what you need to do, and I think that's hard to. It's a huge advantage when it comes to being an entrepreneur because you want to do the best that you can and you
Yep.
want to try and put forth your
It's your
best
name.
effort. It's your name, yeah, exactly. And you're talking about like businesses and what these women are doing. I think it's great because
Yeah.
when I started my business, or when I started my first business, and I got to be honest with you, it's not doing as good as I'd like. But you live and you learn. You have to learn from these mistakes. But there's no guide to every specific business. And unfortunately, when you figure out that you've made a mistake, it's too late.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that mistake, it costs you money. Whether it's time is money, or whether
Time
it's
is money.
yeah, or whether it's a financial mistake. And I have to own up to those mistakes. But the biggest thing is if you continue to make those mistakes, then
You're an idiot.
then go get a 9 to 5. No, I'm just kidding. No, but like seriously, you have to
Well,
learn.
I mean,
yeah,
for real, like there are 2 different types of people that want to be entrepreneurs. There's people that don't want to have a boss.
yeah,
And there's people that have the drive.
yeah.
So the people that don't want to have a boss,
Aren't
they're
doing
not
it for the
they're
right
going to be
reasons.
living in their parents' basement until they're 45.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've learned a ton from that, and I think with this one, I'm pretty excited. I think we got something sweet to offer and something unique and different that's been around for a long time. Like you said, it's got some nostalgia to
And
it.
room
and
for growth. I mean,
Yeah.
room for ideas.
Yeah.
And room for. I mean, you
Exactly.
always have ideas.
I'm always trying.
Like this one too.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
I'm always
sleep that
working
much.
like my mind, and I go to the computer, dude, and I start doing stuff, and
Yeah.
shit, this is not working. Okay, I gotta turn it.
How
this
can
way.
I tweak this or
Now I
change
look
it?
like a fucking idiot. Fuck it. I just don't care.
Yeah,
I
but you
honestly don't
can't
care.
care, and that's the thing is, you see all these memes out about entrepreneurship, and you've posted a ton of them, and I, unfortunately, I can't quote one right now, but actually, I can't quote one. You know why? Because it's on your refrigerator right there. Proceed as if success is inevitable.
Yeah.
Right? So if and that's the biggest thing too is And you said it to me today. I don't remember exactly how you said it, but I saw a meme that reminded me of that. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. And what that means, did you post that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably
What that means, how I interpret that is, hey, put people in your circle or in your square that want to do the same thing as you. And as outlandish as a interview show inside your living room sounds, you're on iTunes, bro.
Yeah.
You're on iTunes. Like,
I literally
that is
cried
huge.
today when
Like,
I
yeah,
saw
that's
it.
huge.
I was like,
That's-
I'm
Yeah.
so proud of us for.
And I told her that. I said,
Yeah.
babe, this is...
That's
we have,
big, yeah.
If we have 1 listener, 2 listeners, they are listening.
Yeah.
They're not just look at it, okay, next to the next one.
Yeah.
No, they're listening.
Yeah.
You have original what do we
Content.
call it? Yeah. And it was like, how do we begin? How do we started? Just the beginning. I said, babe, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, just go. Yeah.
Step 1.
You're gonna make mistakes.
If we don't do
Yeah.
it, if we don't make that step,
Yeah.
guess what? We're never gonna fucking make it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be able to say, okay, let me make the first step. When I came to this country, dude, I swear to God, I said, I'm going to learn this language. I'm going to dominate this language. And I'm going to be able to make it with this
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
So I didn't speak. People was like, oh, well, do you speak English? No, I didn't. I had a book, dude, that I have phrases, and I repeated myself to people.
Yeah. So you could communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was, and it hurts me sometimes when I talk to my kids because I say, dude, you have everything. You have the language, you have Google, you have everything to succeed.
Yeah.
Don't fucking throw it on the floor.
Yeah. Don't get wrapped up in the social media.
No,
Well, and
just-
but the thing is too, like you were saying, you're a little bit younger than us, so.
Oh,
you
thank
remember
you.
those things when you were younger that in like
I got makeup
Yeah,
today.
right? Oh, thank you. But if they were those like things that you would turn them in circles and all the gears would kind of match up, and then when you're little, you know what I mean? Like you're trying to and you crank them or whatever. I tell him all the time, like him and I were the different gears
Yeah.
that met up at the right time.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I love that
he-
analogy.
He's like a yin and we're
Yeah.
like I always said it, like frickin' frack. Like
Yeah.
his positive is my negative and my negative is his positive, so we were attracted to each other, but we are driving this through and meeting these people like you and like so many people that we've met along this way on the way. We met you by chance.
And every cog fits into that
right.
gear
Exactly. Like
perfectly.
it didn't fit before.
Yeah.
But
And-
it fits now.
And how we met you is the way we went to be sponsors of last event.
Yeah.
At the 5K.
5K.
Well, we were. So Saturday, that what I was talking about, his wife, Wadis' wife, does Love Is in the Bag, which he did the 5K for Heroes, which you were a part of.
5K
But
for
the,
Heroes.
Yeah,
and
that-
her
I saw that your
her
post on
thing
that. Yeah.
is Love Is in the Bag, and so that's where we're met with them. But that's a whole other cog. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're this big intergroup
Yeah.
network of people that have like
Willing to help
minds.
each other. And we are willing to help each
Yeah.
other.
Well,
absolutely.
and the good thing is, and I just my background in maintenance, and you talk about cogs and how
Sorry.
they all
I
no
know, right? Like-
how they all fit. If you get a cog, let's say that it's directional only, it's supposed to turn counterclockwise,
Right.
and you're turning. You have to have those counterclockwise and those clockwise, but it has to be able to fit within the cogs of yours. If it doesn't fit, it's going to get disintegrated, and that cog's going to turn. And at the end of the day, as long as whatever input is still driving the output, I don't want to say what's in between is what makes that.
Right.
And so I love that analogy of the gears turning and stuff like
Well, and
that.
I tell my kids everything. If
It will
it's not
full
moving
bar.
you forward,
Yeah, exactly.
if it's not moving you forward, you gotta let it go.
Correct.
Like, you
Yeah.
can't. Like, there's no. For
It's
me,
spinning in the same place.
And maybe it's
You
because
can't do
how I was raised, or who, or
It's a combination of everything. Your experiences, how you're
you
raised.
Just have to
Yeah.
keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So no matter what knocks it, maybe that is the entrepreneur. How do you say that? I don't know.
Entrepreneur.
But-
Entrepreneurship.
right.
¿Qué pasó esta mujer, man?
Right.
Who
But-
brought this chick?
But
Jeez.
all of
Louise.
that, I think that moving forward is and not giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
We teach our kids. There's so many people that coddle their kids for
Yeah.
no reason. You
Yeah.
just can't. You just got to keep moving forward. And I think that all of the people that are in our inner circle They're all.
Well, I think
forwards.
that kind of comes with military people, and I know like when I was younger, man, people are like, man, you're kind of rough on your kid. You know, he's only, you know, my oldest, he's like 3 or something. It's like, if he wouldn't share a toy, I'd be like, okay, here, you take it home. And they're like, what? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to instill something to him at an early age. My oldest Maxwell, he's a great sharer. If
Yeah.
I tell him, hey, you need to do this for that person or take this over there. If I said, go take your bike and give it to the next door neighbor, he'd be like, okay, Dad, should I take his helmet? Because that's, and I'm not saying, you know, I want to give Maxwell his credit because he has a huge heart.
He'd probably do it before you told him to do it too.
Correct,
Like
exactly.
if someone, the kid
Yeah.
next door said, "Oh, I lost
Yeah.
my bike," he'd give him his bike and then come back to you and say, "Hey, Dad, I get my friend a
Yeah.
bike."
And you know what I'd say?
That's our
Sweet,
kid, too.
let's go get you a brand new one.
Exactly.
And that goes with, hey, I've taught you to share, but I've also told you that if you do share, or if you do, I don't want to say share, it really goes with anything in life. If you do the
Serve.
right thing
If you're
or
a
you do the
serv-
correct
if you're in
thing,
service of other people.
yeah, it's going to pay off for you.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
it's kind of funny because he says, I want to go to the Air Force Academy, which I guess I could think of other places to go, but we won't get into that. No, just kidding.
Hey,
But I kind of use it.
like,
I don't
yeah.
want to say I use it against him, but
12
I'm
more
like,
years to go, dude.
what's up?
12 more years to go.
I know, but
you have 12 more years to work in that kid.
I know. Well, it's funny because he's the one. I never even told him
had
anything about
We
it.
had the hookups on West Point.
Yeah, but that's gone. That's gone. No, I don't want him to go to West Point. I'd like do the Naval Academy or something. No, the Air Force Academy is fine, but I kind of use that. I don't want to say against him, but I say, hey Maxwell, you know, if this is what you want to do, this isn't something this isn't a value, or this is not what they would do in the Air Force
It's not
Academy.
conducive to
And-
that. Like
yeah.
those are the words I use all the time.
Yeah.
If that's the where you want to be in 2
We
years,
talked
this
to
relationship
our
is,
oldest
or this
daughter about this.
You won't
activity
reach
is
your
not
end goal.
conducive to
Yeah.
what
College.
your goal.
Through her college career, we talked to her about that.
Yeah.
We say, hey, do you want to damage your career? Do you
Yeah.
want to fuck it up? Then do it.
Yeah,
And you have those
if you
conversations
don't
and you
have-
say,
you don't
I
need
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
You're 20. You want to have fun, but you've also told me what your end game is.
Yeah.
So you want me to tell you how to get to your end game, or do you want me to tell you how to have fun?
yeah.
Because having fun is not going to get you to your end game.
No, it's not. So.
Which I get it. We've all been there.
Oh yeah,
I've
no,
never been there.
This is
What?
We have all been there.
Hey, in Mexico, when you're 18 and you can reach the counter, you're good to go. So
You have to be
y'all were
18. I
screwed.
thought you just had to be able to reach the
You
counter.
you all screwed. I was like, no, dude. I used to go buy beer to my dad when he was like, I was like 12, 11 probably. I used to go.
But they all
buy-
knew your dad.
Yeah, they goes, hey,
Yeah.
I want a beer for my dad. And I'm like, you know, the big freaking the 40s.
Oh yeah,
Grab it, take it home, and if it didn't do, psh,
yeah.
I was like,
Fair game.
Yeah.
Fair game to
My dad
receive
would
that
kick my
backhand.
ass, exactly. So I didn't even risk it. I was like, okay, why do I want to do that?
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it too, like it has to do with, and this is kind of why I raise my kids that way. It has to do with how you're raised, and
Yeah.
you know, one thing I will give my father credit is my father was able to look at my brother, and bless his heart if he's watching.
He's not watching.
Hey, he needs a little bit more, you know, left and right boundaries. And
Yeah.
and for me,
It's like that.
yeah, well, and for me, it was like my dad said, "Hey, I'm not going to call you in sick to school. I don't care if it's Tuesday. You can come home at whatever time you want, but if you come home at 2:00, you're going to school tomorrow, and I'm going to say you're ditching." But he was able to look at my personality, and you know, I think Max still is.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different, and so I will give my dad, you know, that kudos. And you know, I hear it from my brother. Oh yeah, you were raised way different than me. Well, yeah, because
Our
I'm a
kids say it
different
too.
person.
And it has to
Our
be.
kids say
Yeah.
I
it too.
can't treat the little one the same as
Yeah.
the next one because one has education, the other one doesn't have.
Yeah.
And one will do anything that anybody says to them.
Yeah.
I won't say he or a she. And so because I know you're gonna do whatever I say in front of my face, you have to parent them different.
No,
Yeah.
they're all different, dude. You can't. There's not a cookie cutter.
And you're not going to get
way
it
treat your
perfect.
kids.
Yeah, and you're not. You're gonna.
There is no perfect road
No.
for parenting.
No.
There is no
I
perfect
tell
road
people,
for
you know,
parenting.
I learned when I was in Afghanistan. There's no bulletproof.
No.
Well, and
Sadly, I learned the hard way.
Yeah,
I
there
listen-
truly
I
is.
listen to a ton of podcasts too, and the last one I was listening to that said, at the end of the day, when they're adults and they're
Oh,
giving
I
their
should listen to
speech
podcasts.
at the end of whatever, and they say they had more good days than bad days as kids, that as a parent you've done your job.
Yeah.
Like, because there's going to be, we're all
Hey,
human. We're all
even
going
if
to
they
lose our
had,
shit.
even if they had shitty days,
They
because
still have to be exposed
there's
to
a
it.
limit that
Yeah.
you're like, hey, I taught you the right things. I taught you what I knew,
Yeah.
and I taught you all this shit. I'm not gonna blame myself. You're 18. You're on your own. I'm no.
This is where we
that's me.
differ.
Yeah.
That's me. That's
So it's
me.
kind of
you know
funny.
What? Fuck you.
My dad, and it's awesome to use that. So when I went to flight school, I was, I don't even know, 20, young 20s.
thought you were like 35.
20, you better watch your mouth. When I went to flight school, I was 22 or 23. And my dad gave me a set of tools because I was driving cross country to Alabama. And, you know, he kind of wrote on there, hey, I've tried to give you as many of the tools in life that you can use to get through life.
Yep.
I can only show you what the tool is, but I can't teach you at this point how to use it. I've showed you how to use it, you know, and I don't remember exactly what it said, but that stuck with me. And the funny thing is that is in my shop, and I have every tool except for you know, like how it's got the little screwdrivers, all the bits.
Yeah.
MIA.
Yeah.
And I'm going to blame that on someone else because I'm OCD and I'm in the military and I would not lose that shit. Sorry,
Right.
Dad.
Well,
But-
I know. You know, it's funny. I sound like your dad as a parent. Like, I will give them all the tools, and then when they come to me and they fucked up, I'll be like,
I gave you that tool.
I gave
Okay,
you
honey,
that
let me
tool.
help you.
But
Yeah.
no. This is what I'll say. I'll say, I gave you that tool.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how I gave you that tool, and this is a lesson you're going to learn. So
Yeah.
next time, you're going to see what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Where he is just like,
I'll be like, no. I
He just
say,
grabs the tool and be like,
no. I say, oh, you lost it? Then fix it your way.
sucks to suck.
Fucking
is
make
what
it
he
happen.
likes to say.
which is
Make
good.
it happen.
Which is good. You
Make
know
it
why?
happen.
Because you improvise,
It's called Mexican
overadapt,
break.
or adapt and overcome.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
make
you do.
it
Yeah.
because that's, dude. A lot of when I got deployed, it was right after 9/11.
Yeah.
They dropped their asses there and said, "Hey, we didn't have nice NVGs.
Yeah.
Like I see all these motherfuckers with it. They're perfect. They can
Oh,
see
yeah.
faces and
Mine were
wrinkles and
amazing.
shit.
I could see like the zit that you
Yeah,
got on your nose
yeah,
right
exactly.
now. I'm just kidding.
I was like, all this shit was like this.
Yeah, all pixelated.
Yeah,
Is this Minecraft?
I'm like-
Nope, it's Iraq.
and I was like, do I shoot this guy? Is he a friend for? What the hell is
He
it?
doesn't even know what you just said.
He doesn't know what I said.
No, I heard what you said.
I don't even know what you were
I just ignore people, babe. I get the other side, and then
All of the kids out there, they understand what you just said.
I
They
have,
all get it.
I have, yeah, it's the what's it called?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Pixelated.
about. I know what it. I have kids, you guys. I have kids, so I ignore when I don't want to hear. I have 5 kids, and we raised them all.
I like to refer
You
to
know,
that
like-
as selective hearing, and that is not healthy in a
And I was
relationship.
like, hey, you know what? No, when I hear the wife, she makes me listen.
Yeah, there
There's
you
a
go.
difference between hearing and listen.
We're gonna have to
I don't make you
reevaluate our
listen
relationship.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned what you listen
Actually,
to.
yeah, she knows who I am. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna raise him. Nah, he's done. He's not safe anymore.
That's awesome.
No, but it's true. It's just it was all
Yeah.
crappy, and I mean and that's why I have so much respect for World War II veterans.
Oh my
And all
gosh.
the Vietnam veterans.
Those
Dude,
guys are
I'm
on it.
like, oh my god, you guys make our life better.
Yeah.
We
And
have
not
better
only that,
boots.
What
We have-
they were dropped into versus
Oh,
what you
God.
guys.
Sad,
I mean,
man.
Iraq
Shit.
and Afghanistan
Yeah.
was hard,
Yeah.
but
No.
No, not
they
compared
were
with those guys.
Not
destroyed.
compared to the
They were
fucking.
No,
destroyed.
I mean, you know, at this day and age, it's like, man, if you see a World War vet, because they're few and far between them, they're getting,
Anymore,
they're
yeah.
they're getting up there. And that's another thing too. At Max, go tell them thank you for your service. And
Oh, for sure.
every Vietnam vet that I see, I always say, welcome home, thanks for your service. And these guys just look at me like,
Because they never heard it.
who is? Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have the
Our
opportunity.
kids are
Yeah.
amazing like that too.
Yeah.
Like and on their own, only because I guess they respect their dad and his position too. But they've heard all of the stories.
Yeah.
So
I didn't do shit. I just did my job. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
I just did my job.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys see it as a whatever. I saw it that was my job.
Yeah.
They told me, "Hey, you gotta do this.
This
and
is
it
your
has
job."
to be done."
Yeah.
But they were paying me to do it.
Yeah.
I jump out of airplanes because they pay me.
Yeah.
I did all this crazy shit because they pay me.
our middle daughter wants him to go jumping.
And
with
she's
him.
like,
She's
"Hey,
"Come."
can we go
He's
jump?" I'm
"Are
like,
you gonna pay
"Why?"
me?
No.
Are you gonna pay me?
Well, some fucking dude strap to my ass. He's gonna strap to my ass and go.
If you
hey,
put me on
go
orders
to the
for
edge
30
of it."
days.
I know. Go to the edge. He goes, move to the edge, and I'm like, whoa, dude,
Oh, whoa.
stay the fuck behind. Do not touch me.
You have just crossed the boundary.
Right?
That's
No,
That's
I
the
ain't gonna
bus.
fly with you.
No, where's the thing where I take the D-ring and I go like,
Right.
no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I don't see nothing. No.
It's
I was like,
nutting.
I don't see. I don't see no freaking sergeant kicking my ass to jump. No, that was back in airborne, dude.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. My knees are still good. It's just my back.
Your knees are bad, and your back,
Yeah.
and your ankle.
It just.
I got
Yeah,
every time,
it's-
every day out of bed, I gotta get the foot.
I went like this, dude. I was like, oh, fuck, my ankle hurts.
Walking down the stairs.
I don't know where,
just-
dude. I was like, oh.
There is a reason why I will never buy a 2-story, and that is thanks to the United States Army.
Well, let's not talk about.
Oh,
Stuff
houses.
like this,
Yeah,
yes.
sorry.
Anywho, okay, we're 8 o'clock. We're good.
Yeah,
Done.
bottle charger.
Yay!
We're only on Instagram right now. We're gonna go on Facebook
We'll
So
put it
you.
on the.
So how do you have it on Instagram as?
at bottle charger. This is actually it. It actually doesn't have the Instagram logo. It's probably hard to
You
see,
cannot
but
see it.
bottle charger.
You
B-
can't see it.
Are you on Facebook too?
No, I'm currently working on the page. Like I said, little.
How long is it gonna take you?
You
Hey,
still can't see
it
it.
takes a while.
I can do it for
Bottle
you.
charger. No special spelling
There you
or
go.
anything.
You can see my nails. I'm not in the picture, but you can see my nails. My pretty
She
nails.
does exist.
I do exist.
You should put it live just because.
You shut your mouth.
But yeah, bottle charger. Our website is going to be bottlecharger.com. Still a couple weeks out, but it takes a little bit to get going, but we'll get there. So
So
Absolutely.
tonight was the first night that he went live with the business.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And this is what we're demoing today. That's why he's kind of short-handed today.
Yeah.
However, follow him in about a week and this shit will be done.
well,
So,
give me like 2 or 3.
a week, I'll help him.
No,
I'll
I
make
have
it-
no control over. There's other people that I've hired to
I'll
do
give
this
the
stuff.
people and I'll make it happen in a week.
It'll be out there. Don't you worry.
They don't know me how bad I get when I don't take my pills. Anyway,
He doesn't take pills.
I take a lot of pills.
the happy
well,
pills.
accused of a
we're
pill
okay.
popper.
Can I borrow some pills?
And
I get to take it to the United States Army.
find us on iTunes.
On
and
iTunes.
iTunes, Spotify, Anchor,
I don't know the rest
and a
of
bunch
so
of them. I don't
rad.
know. We were like, everybody's like, oh, you guys, and they're sponsoring and all this stuff. So it's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yes,
Congratulations.
We're gonna start dropping
Yeah,
some
that's
of
a
the
huge-
audio from our old videos to.
So this
podcast.
interview will be available on podcast as well
soon.
soon.
I like it.
I don't know when, but it'll be
Hey,
available.
whatever.
Right?
This is cool. That's cool.
Unedited. Unfiltered.
Unedited.
I'm not gonna
Unfucking
I'm not-
edited.
I'm not gonna edit this shit.
Unfucking
This
filtered.
bitch said,
Unfuck.
What's so
Edited.
funny is Jennifer Cooper just signed on and she heard us like, unfucking edited.
oh, we said the F word. I'm sorry.
He made me say it. I'm
That's
just kidding.
okay.
There's
She
no
just
camera
did.
here.
He was looking. He was looking at
There's
the
no
microphone.
He made me say it.
I swear this microphone, they think it's a camera. It's really not.
Hey,
It's okay.
again, thank you so much for being on the Rogue Interview Show. Love you a long time,
Thanks for having me.
and we'll talk to you later. Thanks, brother.
Bye. Love ya.
Adios.